firstly here, what we are given is, you are given that you have this, you are given that you are given this value, that you have this, and also you have this, which is 2 to the power of 2x plus 2, right? And remember that this one can be written, this can be written in terms of exponential form, right? So, or rather in factor form. So what is it that we can do to write this in factor form, right? So to write in factor form, this, you can start by actually writing this. This is going to be same as 2 to the power of x multiplied by 2 to the power of 2, subtract, this is going to be 5 multiplied by 2 to the power of x is equals to minus 1. Or then you can bring out the minus 1 this side, right? So this is going to be 2 to the power of 2 of x multiplied by 2 squared, subtract 5 multiplied by 2 to the power of x plus 1 is equals to 0, right? So that's what you are going to do firstly. Now, secondly, what is it that we can do? Now, I want you to take note of something. Now, can you see that here, this can be written in different formats, right? So what is it that we can use to write this? Isn't it that 2 to the power of 2x can still be written as 2 to the power of what? To the power of x, close bracket, squared, right? Because this is one and the same thing, right? Then multiply by 2 to the power of 2, which is same as your 4, and then you are going to subtract 5 multiplied by 2 to the power of x plus 1. This is going to give you 0. Now, what is it that we can do? Now, we are going to say, you are going to now use the K method. So you're going to say, now this, remember that you are having everything now to the power of K. So what you can do to the power of X, what you can do is from here, you can let 2x to the power to be equals to K. So which means, what does that mean? So this means now in any space, right? In any space, remember here you have 2 to the power of x here. You have 2 to the power of x here. So whenever you have 2 to the power of x, what you're going to do is you are then going to write k, because 2 to the power of x is represented by k, right? So what is this therefore going to be? This is going to be, now this is going to be k squared, right? Because here you are going to write what is going to be that k squared multiply, it is going to multiply by 4. Then you are going to subtract, what you're going to subtract, it is going to be 5k and then plus 1, which are going to give you your 0. Now, what is this? Remember, this is same as k squared multiplied by 4, right? So which means actually you are going to have what? You are going to have 4k. This is going to be 4k. And then what? Subtract. What you're also going to have, it's going to be subtract 5k plus 1 is going to give you 0. And now, can you solve this? Yes, you can solve this, right? So which means now you are going to open your two brackets. This is going to be equal to 0. So this is going to be your 4k, and this is going to be your k. So now to solve this, what are factors of 1? Factors of 1, it's 1 and 1, right? So since you are looking for the -5, right? So this is going to be negative here, and you're going to have negative here. So which means what you're having 4k subtract 1 is equals to 0, or k subtract 1 is equals to 0. Then now what is it here? This is going to be 4k is equals to 1, divide by 4, divide by 4. So therefore, your value of your k is going to be 1 over 4. Or you are going to have k, which is equals to 1. That's going to be your value of your k. Okay, so and then now what is it then that we can do right now? The question doesn't require us to solve for k, so which means we are not done, because what we have found here, it is the value of our k, but it's not our value of our x, right? So what is it that you're going to do now is, where there is k, now where there is k, you are going to write in terms of what is it. So remember here you are getting that your k is equals to 4, so which means you are going to say now this is going to be 2 to the power of x is equals to 4, because remember these 4 represent this k, 1 over 4 represent this k here, right? So which means where there is now k, you're going to write 1 over 4, right? So this is going to be same as what now? And then how can you write 1 over 4? 1 over 4 in terms of 2. Remember, 1 over 4 can still be written as, this is 2x is equals to what? This can still be written as your 2 to the power of negative 2. And now, since you are having the same basis, so therefore you can now let your exponent. So this is going to be x is equals to negative 2. Then you have solved now. Therefore, you have solved for your k, right? For your x. Now let's look at the other one. The other one, you got that your value of your k is 1. So since your value of your k is 1, so what you're going to say is 2x is going to be equals to 1. So now how can you then write this one? 1. Remember we said anything. I remember we said anything to the power of 0 gives you 1, right? So which means now here you can still express this one in terms of 2, because still the same thing. So this is going to be same as 2 to the power of x is equals to what? 2 to the power of 0, because anything to the power of 0 still gives you 1. So therefore your x in this case is going to be equals to 0. Then you have solved for your first expression of your exponential expression, right? Or exponential equation. Now let's look at something else. Now let's add a page. Now let's start by writing this in factor form. So when you write that in factor form, this is going to be 3 to the power of what? 3 to the power of 1 multiplied by what? 3 to the power of what? Negative x. And remember that anything to the power of negative x can still be represented as a positive exponent, right? So actually this can be written as what? This can still be written as 3 to the power of 1 multiplied by what? 1 over 3 to the power of x, right? So that's what can be done in this instance. So which means we are going to start with this then now. We are going to say, all right, what is it that we needed to do here? We are going to say, look, this is going to be 3x, right? Subtract, what is going to be this other one? It's going to be 3 to the power of 1 multiplied by what? 3 to the power of negative x, subtract 2 is equals to 0. However, now we need to still write this 3 to the power of negative x as positive exponent, right? So therefore, which means this is going to be 3 to the power of x, subtract 3, multiplied by, what is this? This can be still be written as what? 1 over 3 to the power of x. That can be written, right? Subtract what? Subtract 2 is equals to 0. Are we okay? And now what is it then that we can do now from here? Is that now we can say, look, we are going to let 3 to the power of x be equals to 0, which means anywhere where there's 3 to the power of x, we are going to write we are going to write k, not 0. We are going to write what? Anywhere where there is a power of 3, we are going to write k, right? So which means now this is going to be k subtract 3 over what? 3 over k. Remember, this 1 multiplied by 3 is still the same thing, right? So subtract now 2 is equals to 0, which means what we have done here is that we've taken this 1 and multiplied it with a 3. So it became 3 divided by 3 to the power of x. And then in our denominator where there was 3 to the power of x, we wrote k. Now from here, then we need to solve for k. How can we solve for our k? Now there are many ways that we can do here. You can start here. Now you can start by saying, look, we want to get rid of this k in the denominator. And the only way of getting rid of this denominator is by multiplying by k, right? So which means you are going to multiply this entire expression. You're going to multiply this entire expression or this entire equation by k. So if you multiply it by k, what is it that you're going to have? You are going to have, the first one is going to be k squared, subtract. Now remember that this k is going to cancel out this k, which means you are going to have negative 3. Subtract what? This now is going to be same as multiply by k, this one here. So this is going to be same as what now? Minus 2k is equals to 0, right? So that's what is going to happen. And now, then you can rearrange this. This is going to be same as k squared subtract 2k subtract 3 is equals to 0. Then you open up our two brackets, right? So the first one, you are going to write your k. The other one, you write your k. Now, what are factors of 3? Factors of 3 are 3 and 1, right? So now what is it that you're going to, and remember, you're looking to have your negative 2k. So the bigger factor is going to take the sign of the middle term. This is going to be negative. Your negative, and this is your positive. So k is equals to negative 1, or k is equals to 3. Then now from here, remember, we are not solving for k, we are solving for x. So now you come back, you are going to say now, isn't it that where you are having, can you see here? Here, you let 3 of x be equals to k, which means wherever you are having your 3 of x, you are going to, your k, you are going to write 3 of x. So this is going to be, let's get a pen. This is going to be what? This is going to be, now, look, this is going to be 3 to the power of x is equals to negative 1. And what is 3 to the power of x is equals to negative 1? Then this is not going to give you any solution. So this is no solution. However, now, if you can look at this other one, if you can look at the other one, what you are having your 3 to the power of x, which is equals to what? Which is equals to 3. So remember here, it's same as 1 because 3 to the power of 3, it's same as 3 to the power of 1. So which means your x is actually equals to your value of your 1. And then now you have solved your value of your x, right? You found both values of your x. Oh, it's okay. So basically, this is how you then go about when solving for your k. Thank you very much.